गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः वर्णानामर्धसङ्घानां रसानां छन्दसामपि मङ्गलानां च कर्तारौ वन्दे वाणी विनायकौ भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धाविश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धा स्वान्तस्तमीश्वरं वन्दे बोधमयं नित्यं गुरुं शङ्कररूपिणं यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि चन्द्रः सर्वत्र वन्द्यते सीतारामगुणग्राम पुण्यारण्यविहारिणौ वन्दे विशुद्धविज्ञानौ कवीश्वरकपीश्वरौ उद्भवस्थितिसंहार कारिणीं क्लेशहारिणीं सर्वश्रेयस्करीं सीतां नतोऽहं रामवल्लभां यन्मायावशवर्ति विश्वमखिलं ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं रज्जौ यथा हेर्भ्रमः यत्पादप्लवमेकमेव हि भवां बोधे स्थितिर्षावतां वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणपरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिं नानापुराणनिगमागमसम्मतं यद् रामायणे निगदितं क्वचिदन्यतोऽपि स्वान्तसुखाय तुलसीरघुनाथगाथा भाषानिबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति भाषानिबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय श्री सीतापतये नमः. So we are in Adhyatma Ramayana. We are in Ayodhyakand, Dvitiya Sarga, second chapter, and we are in the 27th verse, so we believe. And here we have seen that how when sage Vashishta came to Ramchandraji, he gave to his room, he gave him the seat, that is the jeweled throne, and he washed his feet, and along with Sita ji, and with great devotion he sprinkled the water on his head. Where there is devotion, devotion will only come when we have respect and reverence. हमारा क्या होता है? You must have seen any places. मूर्ति का पादुका पूजा किया या स्वामी जी का पादुका पूजा किया या किसी महात्मा के पैर धोए, उसके बाद तुम किसी के उनको चरणामृत दो, नहीं dirty water. That is because there is no respect and reverence in their eyes, in that particular person's eyes. So here Ramchandra ji, even though he is himself the supreme one, he is a devotee of all the great saints and sages, and therefore he is showing that through action. And he said what? धन्योऽस्मीत्य ब्रवीद रामस्तव पादाबुधारणात् श्रीरामेणैव मुक्तस्तु प्रहसन् मुनिरब्रवीत्. This is the 21st verse. And there he said in the 21st verse that he is talking to our sage Vashishta. He said, "O sage, I feel very privileged by putting the water used to wash your feet on my head." When Sri Ram said this, sage Vashishta smiled and replied. What did he say? Tvatpada salilam dhrutva dhanyo dhanyo bhid dhanyo bhut girijapatihi brahmapi matpita tehi padatirtha hata shubhaha इदानीं भाषसे यत्त्वं लोकानाम् उपदेशकृत जानामि त्वां परात्मानं लक्ष्म्या संजातमीश्वरम्. O Sri Ram, Lord Shiva, the husband of Parvati, Girijapati, that is Lord Shiva, had felt highly grateful, fortunate and privileged by keeping the water used to wash your feet on his head. And we saw that last time, and that was possible when Brahmaji washed the feet of Lord Narayana, and the water which trickled from the feet of Lord Narayana was the Gangaji, and that Gangaji, then earth could not take the weight of the Gangaji, so all the devatas invoked Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva took the Gangaji and accepted in matted locks, and from there he then gives out a stream as the Bhagirathi, because Bhagirath, he invokes Lord Shiva's grace so that his ancestors can be absolved. And that was what sage Vashishta is reminding our Ramchandraji. And had become, then it says, while my own father had become freed of all sins and misdemeanors by drinking it, just in order to show the world what treatment should be meted out to one's Guru, you are talking in this manner. This is the greatness of Guru and Shishya. The Guru never shows off that he is the Guru. I have told this incident many times before. When I went to Swamiji, I said, this has happened. And Swamiji's first line, no compassion, no poor brahmachari, no. Now don't get attached to me. Get into, remember and surrender yourself to the feet of Lord Narayana. This is the greatness of a master. See? So here the student has come in front of the teacher. The teacher is singing the glory of the student because he knows what his true nature is. Similarly, when a teacher is teaching us, when we were in the ashram, if the teacher is continuously, these stupid fellows have come in front of me, for 2 years I have to speak to them. I don't know if they will realize or not. I don't know what they are understanding. I don't know this. I don't know this. Half the time they are sleeping in the class. They can't sit in one position continuously for 10 minutes, continuously rocking this way and that way. There are so many reasons for the teacher to be disenchanted with the students. Yet the teacher, what is keeping him going on? It's not the outer paraphernalia. He is addressing the soul. He is addressing the consciousness that we are. Same, that is what we see here also. On one hand, that Narayana, who has come in the form of Ram, in the form of man. Yes, it is an avatari Purush, but that same Ram is in every one of us. That same supreme reality alone is expressing as the conscious principle in you, me, and every one of us. It only has, nobody created the soul, nobody created the life. Parents created the body, yes, but nobody created the soul. It comes by itself. It is an avatar. Oh, so we are all that. Better if you think that way, then you will behave. एक minute, huh? I'll just get some water. So then we will behave properly, we will act properly, we will think properly. But our problem is we think we are the body, we think we are the father, mother, daughter, sister. So that great spirit that we essentially are, it is always in the background somewhere, forgotten. And sometimes when we come to a Ramchandraji is in satsang with the sage Vashishta, here we are with satsang with each other. Triggering is taking place if we are available. Reminding is taking place if we are available. If we do not doubt what the teacher is saying. If we do not doubt our own being, in spite of all the roles that we play, we do not doubt who we essentially are. Then it is the satsang is successful. So here he says, just in order to show the world what treatment should be meted out to one's guru, you are talking in this manner. I know it fully well that you are a manifestation of Lord Vishnu, who is Paramatma, Supreme Being or Supreme Soul, along with Lakshmi. So Sage Vashishta, he has the eye to recognize that Sri Ram is the Lord Vishnu or Narayana himself, and Sita ji is Lakshmi ji. Similarly, in every Upanishad it comes, in Vivek Chudamani it comes, in many texts. And even before we read it, our teacher told us what? That the self in the guru and the self in the student, disciple is the same. The guru knows it, the student doesn't know it. So what is the job of the Guru Maharaj? The Guru Maharaj's job is to invoke, to make the student available to his essential nature. It is not to follow the body of the Guru. This is what is happening all over the world right now. So many organizations, so many missions, all after one personality. But nobody is after the truth. They are after the personality. They want to copy the personality. They want to mimicry the personality. They want to behave like that person. They want to have the same experiences that the master had. That is not possible. It may be possible. Who am I to say it is possible or not? But it is time wasted. Because what we are doing, we are trying to copy paste. Instead, we must have this deep conviction that we are of the nature of spirit and work towards being that. And what does it mean by work towards being that? Anyone who comes in your life, accept them as the guru, learn from them. Swamiji keeps saying that. And here in life of our Ramchandraji, Guruji Maharaj has come. Now here when he says, I know it fully well that you are a manifestation of Lord Vishnu, who is Paramatma, and along with Lakshmi. Now that's what from the beginning remember the first chapter, where Ramchandra ji is the conscious principle and the Sita ji is the Shakti principle. And in the Ram Hridayam we saw Sita ji says Ram does not do anything, he is the Akarta, he is the Abhokta, meaning he is the non-doer, he is the non-enjoyer, he is the unborn, he does not go through any change. Oh, but we are seeing Ram was born like a small baby, now he's growing up, he's got married. He didn't do anything, he's staying the same. I am making it appear that way. Now apply all that. Now, and we have told you also, apply all that subjectively also. Atma does not do anything. It is the mind which makes it appear to be that way. The mind has given the form that your body has. Yesterday, Kathopanishad we did yesterday. In that, the senses, the greater than the senses are the sense objects, more in number, 5 senses, so many objects, stimuli. What is the cause of both? Because both are, yesterday we saw, both are made up of space, air, fire, water, earth. Space, fire, water, earth, space, air, fire, water, earth, the 5 elements on one, they themselves divide themselves into 2. Just like one hand is dividing into 5, similarly they divide into 2. On one hand, space, air, fire, water become seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, and on the other hand they become the objects of stimuli for each of those sense organs. For the ears, the sound. So space comes out. The quality of the space is sound, so ears are able to hear. Air is the skin, the feeling. The fire is the eyes and the speech. So all the colors and forms appear simultaneously. The moment eyes appear, that very vision appears, that very moment all the colors and form will appear. And so also, the moment tongue appears, that very moment all the tastes appear. And the moment nose appears, that very moment all the fragrances appear, all the smells appear. So, one set of space, air, fire, water, earth, themselves appearing both places as the sense organs and the sense objects. What is the cause of them? The mind is the cause of them. Because space, air, fire, water, earth are nowhere but in your mind. Without the mind, you won't know it. What is the cause of the mind? For whom is the mind? For the I, the intellect. What is the cause of the intellect? You are only one I, but this fellow is also calls himself I. This fellow also calls himself I. Every person calls himself I. So what is the source? What is the cause? From where has this I come from? This sense of I has come from? It has come from the great I, that is the Mahat Tattva, that all-inclusive principle. See? And what is the experience of that Mahat Tattva? It is present everywhere. Everything is present in it and it is present in everything. So no desire. Point is, we have to dissolve the mind. So no desire. When there is no desire, and because everything I am, there is no urge to interact with anything, to possess anything, to relate to anything. That's why you see all the 3 gods are always meditating. Mahat Tattva, another word for him is Brahmaji. I, when I say I in the intellect, in our inner equipment, Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar, these 4 appear. At the totality level, Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar, at the totality level, there is Brahmaji. There also I is there. See? And when there is nothing to interact, nobody to relate to, then there is supreme silence. In that silence you are. That is the Supreme Purusha. That is Ram. That is the absolute reality. And that is our true nature. Now, this is just one process we have told you. You have to contemplate on this. Contemplate on this and allow it to reveal itself. We cannot work it out unless we don't change the position from where we are contemplating. If you are contemplating thinking that you are the body, you can never go ahead. If you take the position of the mind and you think that you are the mind, then you will not fall down to the level of body. You have transcended the body and breath. If you come to the I, then you will not fall down further. If you come to the great I, it's such a esoteric experience, supreme experience, where you feel at one moment with the entire creation. After that, will you go? No, still my child, my family, my wife, my husband, my body, my hunger, my thirst, my chair, my bed. You will not, because you are everything. Imagine the consequence of being in that position, in that disposition. Everything lower just drops away. Automatically, you don't have to do. You have to just keep contemplating this process which we just told you. Keep thinking. What is the consequence of that? See? Continuing. देवकार्यार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थम भक्तानां भक्ति सिद्धये रावणस्य वधार्थाय जातं जानामि राघव तथापि देवकार्यार्थं गुह्यं नोद्घाटयाम्यहं यथा त्वं मायया सर्वं करोषि रघुनन्दन तथैवानुविधास्येऽहं शिष्यस्तं गुरुरप्यहं गुरुर्गुरूणां त्वं देव पितॄणां त्वं पितामहः. It says, O Raghav, Devakarya Siddhyartham Bhaktanam Bhakti Siddhaye. You are not got born for unnecessary activities. O Raghav, meaning the one who is belonging to the Raghukul, another name for Sri Ram. No, I know it, that you have made an incarnation with the object of doing the job of the God, Devakarya Siddhyartham, to fulfill their wishes. What is that? To make successful the devotion of your devotees. That is, so first was Devakarya Siddhartham. Second was to bless the devotees. Paritranaya sadhunam bhaktanam bhakti siddhaye. Same thing. And Vinashaya cha dushkritam, and for slaying the Ravanasya vadharthaya. So you come to do the job of the devas, you come to bless the devotees, and you have the agenda of killing Ravana. Jatam janami Raghava. Janami, I know. Vashishji has got no doubt. See? Our situation is that we all go through our life and we think, yesterday when I was in Sydney, someone was telling me that, Swamiji, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? But जब तक तुम अपना, you don't sort your mind out, how will the purpose reveal itself to you? See? And in the satsang, different teachers come and tell you what your purpose is. but we are not available. Then what he can? What is the purpose? To raise yourself to be the infinite spirit. That is your purpose. All that is okay, but what is my purpose in this world? Your purpose in this world is to withdraw from the world and recognize that you are the infinite spirit who is never born and who is never going to die. No, but that is okay, but what is my purpose? They are fixated on the world, they are fixated on their body, they are fixated on their life. That capacity to accept that the purpose of a human birth is to recognize that you are the infinite one. It requires availability, it requires deep reverence to the teacher, to the scriptures, to the Lord. And even if we are not having that capacity right now, a deep conviction that I do not know it right now, but if God has said it, Lord has said it, Maharishi Vedas has written in Adhyatma Ramayana, message Vashishta is telling Ramchandraji himself, all other teachers are continuously bombarding us with the same knowledge. It is not my experience at this moment, but I will work towards it. This deep Atma Bala, this self-confidence that yes, life is going on, but internally I'll keep working towards that. I will not give up on that ultimate goal in spite of everything that is going on. That should be our disposition. And though I should not have divulged the secret to ensure success in the fulfillment of the objects of the gods, because Ravana should not get a hint that you are not an ordinary prince, O Raghunandana, Sri Ram, even as you will behave like an ordinary prince using your illusionary deceptive powers called Maya, I too shall treat you as my disciple and myself as your guru, so that the secret is maintained. See, here one more very good point is told, which many of us may or may not exercise in our life. And what is that? Whenever you begin, whatever your purpose, whatever your sadhana, whatever your practices, whatever your projects, don't declare it to the world. Keep it secret. Keep it close to your heart till it is achieved. See? What happens? Or you can share it with someone who is ready to inspire you and motivate you, who has a positive influence on you. And we want to share only because we don't know how to keep our mouth shut, that's all. What happens? The energy dissipates. The more people you talk to, the more energy is dissipating. And every person you tell, they are going to tell you, they will have some idea of what you should be doing. They are not Guru Maharajas. They are coming from their disposition. They will instill a doubt. You may not believe it, but somewhere it is lingering in your mind. And that saps away your energy, because when you are deeply in contemplation and working towards it, like our Mandhara, Kaikai got corrupted by Mandhara because she made herself available to her. Choose wisely whom you make yourself available to. Not only in the outside world, even more so in your internal world. To which thoughts are you available to? Negative, positive, divine or worldly? So when he says, I should not have divulged this secret to ensure success in the fulfillment of objects. So for things to be fulfilled, we must keep the energy together. We must keep the thought focused without allowing it to be distracted by telling others. Then he says, I too shall treat you as my disciple. Now the drama is going on, the Leela is going on. What is the Leela? The one sage Vashishta is going to play the role of the Guru, and Sri Ramchandraji is going to be the disciple. He says, for the worldly sake, I will continue to do that. So say the Upanishads also. As your Guru, so that the secret is maintained. But, O God, in reality, you are the true Guru of all the Gurus put together and the great grandfather of all the ancestors. See? He is concluding, Gurunam Tvam Deva, Pitrunam Tvam Pitamaha. You are the Guru of all Gurus and you are the grandfather of all the ancestors. Having said that, this is where we have to start today. Antaryami Jagadyatra Avahakastvam Agocharaha Shuddha Sattvamayam Deham Ghrutva Swadhina Sambhavam Manushya Iva Lokesmin Bhasi Tvam Yoga Mayaya Paurohityamaham Jane Vigharhyam Dushya Jivanam. You are wise and omniscient as much as you know the internal thoughts of all. Yeah? So understand, when Sage Vashishta is telling Ramchandraji is sitting in our heart as the Atma, as the spirit, he is invoked. Are we available? You are the wise and omniscient as much as you know the internal thought of all. You are the all-knowing principle. Atma is the all-knowing principle. Ramchandraji is the all-knowing principle. And we have seen in the Ram rhythm, he is in the heart of every one of us. He is the heart of all of us. Are the one who has established the codes of behavior in this world and are not the subject of discussion, debate, or comprehension by the mind, intellect, and speech. How beautiful. Some people say the world is a chaos. Some people say there is perfect order. We, in Sanatan Dharma, we have both the philosophies, but we believe that everything is perfect order. Why? Atma is perfect. Atma is not a chaos. And that Atma alone, that supreme reality, the Brahman, here Sri Ram, he alone, the Narayana, he alone is expressing as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, the creator, maintainer, and destroyer. He alone is expressing as the various productive potentials, the various devatas. He alone is expressing in and through the heart of every inert and sentient object in this creation. So in our culture, Earth is not a dead planet, it is a living planet. Every planet in the solar system is a living planet. Everything has its own vibration. See? Because nothing in this creation can be outside the divinity. Nothing in this creation can be outside the divinity. So he says that, O Lord, you cannot be comprehended because Swamiji also keeps saying no discussion. Sage Vasishtha is saying that you are not a subject of discussion. Why? Discussion is only talking, but not reaching anywhere. Debate. What debates will you have about the Supreme Lord? Comprehension. So where are all this discussion, debate and comprehension? Comprehension by the mind, debate by the intellect, discussion by the speech. And what is reality? That which is beyond manasa, vacha, kaya. Beyond speech, mind and intellect. Speech, mind and intellect work in duality. The Lord is beyond duality. Relative cannot come to know the absolute. Speech, mind and intellect are expressions in the relative. They are expressions in the relative. They do not have the, what is that word? Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. Supreme is that from where the speech is talking about the Supreme, Atma, truth, absolute, infinite, unborn, Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarup. But the speech can never come to know what it is. It can never make it reveal. Therefore, yesterday in Kathopanishad, what was told? The Laya Prakriya. The speech must merge back into the mind into the intellect. Again, the same process. Intellect into the Mahat into the Supreme Purusha. See? And this is happening to you every day, man. Every day it is going on. Every night you go to sleep, exactly what is told here, what is told in Kathopanishad yesterday, that's exactly what is happening every night. All multiplicity, all the organs of action, all the organs of perception, they go back to their source, the mind. The mind goes back to the intellect. Intellect goes back to the I. Supreme I. But there is a veil. So you are sleeping. Catch that window of opportunity and remain awake. Be watchful, vigilant, alert. To what? To the mind. To see, to be watchful of the manifest mind becoming unmanifest. But what do? I am tired of thinking, now I want to go to sleep. What you should be doing? Watching how the manifestation and unmanifestation is taking place on a daily basis. Why only daily basis? Every moment that is what is taking place. Manifestation of speech, unmanifestation of speech is silence. And that is what is going on. But we are lost in the paraphernalia. We are lost in the words. We are lost in the experience. We are lost in the objects. We are lost in the stimuli called words that are coming to your ears. And what you should be doing instead? You should be the witness. Allow the stimuli to come. Allow the comprehension to take place. But you remain the witness, Sakshi. When this is practiced diligently on a daily basis, you can do a special exercise every morning and evening, but be aware of this process that you are the unaffected principle. You are the unaffected consciousness who is ever aware of the fluctuation of the mind, pravritti and nivritti, involvement and withdrawal. And this is your experience. We are not telling you something that is outside your experience. And therefore, that which is beyond the relative, how can relative come to know the absolute? Relative is that which is continuously changing. Speech is changing, mind is changing, concepts are changing. Who knows? I know. I is never changing. Waking dream, deep sleep are coming and going every day. Who knows? He is not changing. He is ever the same. Be that. Therefore, it is told discussion, debate, and comprehension by the mind, intellect, and speech. It is not a subject of comprehension by the mind. It is not. It is not a imagination. Self is the reality. Is not an imagination. The reality is not a concept for the intellect. It is you. You have assumed this pure, truthful, divine, sinless, and uncorrupted body and appear to be a human out of your own free will. He is telling Shri Ramchandra ji that you have taken. What is the difference between Ramchandra ji's body and our body? Someone tell. What is the difference between Ramchandra ji's body and our body? Can't hear. आवाज तुम्हारा क्लियर नहीं है.
Our body is made up of 5 elements.
Yeah.
Whereas the Lord is manifesting.
Okay. Anyone else?
Body wise it is same.
Pardon me?
Body wise it is same.
हाँ.
No difference between Sri Ram and our body.
I'll put it to you two ways. I'll put it to you in two ways. The Lord you have appear to be a human out of your own free will. Lord is infinite. He has chosen to be paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya dushkram, but certain incidents have happened and that has brought him about. If he wants to, he will take form. If he doesn't want to, he will not take form. But what is he, Ramchandra ji? He is a avatari purush. He is he has manifested. He is not born like you and me were born through labor pain. Our mothers went through labor pain. Kausalya did not go through labor pain. One moment she was pregnant, next moment Ramchandra ji was on her side. So also Devaki. This is one difference. Second, if you want to look at it, that you have come to appear to be a human form out of your own free will. And Kathopanishad is telling, if those who are listening to Kathopanishad, you will remember this. When Lord of Death, Yamraji, is telling Nachiket, what does he say? Bhagavad Gita also says the same thing. The last thought of this life will determine what your next life is going to be. Free will. You choose. You choose. If you think of the dog, wow wow. If you think of the cat, meow meow. If you think of your wife, you will not be born as a husband again. If you think of your wife while dying, you will be born a female. So husband and wife, those who are in love, they keep exchanging. One lifetime he's the husband, next lifetime she's the husband. लगे रहो. So free will अगर सोचना है तो you can choose. अब जब महात्मा वगैरह आते हैं, they choose. They are continuously contemplating on the Lord. Siddha Purushas, who are Siddha Purushas? They have merged themselves or surrendered themselves at the feet of the Lord, and they allow the Lord to make them manifest in whatever form to do His work in the world. Those are Siddha Purushas. If those Siddha Purushas were not there, we would not get Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we will not get Shankaracharya, we will not get Ramanujacharya, we will not get all the saints and sages. They have come here to show us the light. They are doing His work. He has chosen them. Very rare are the people who are completely liberated and they will never be born again. Very, very rare. I know that the profession or vocation of being a priest is most lowly, abhorrible, detestable, contemptible, corrupt, shameful and ignoble means of livelihood. Sage Vashishta is saying, we are not putting words or ideas across. He is saying, it is a good, noble profession because you are serving the society. But in that profession, the duality is maintained, relativity is maintained. And when it comes to the divine, in front of the divine, other than the divine, everything is contemptible, everything is low. In that manner, he is saying it. Ikshvakunam kule Ramaha Paramatma janishyate iti jnanam maya purvam brahmana kathitam pura tato ahamashaya rama tava sambandha kankshaya akarsham garhitamapi tavacharyatva siddhaye. In spite of this reprehensible job and ignominy associated with such a profession, when I came to learn from Lord Brahma in some previous time that the Paramatma, the Supreme Lord, shall take an incarnation and reveal himself in the clan of King Ikshvaku, then, O Sri Ram, in order to establish a personal relationship with you, I accepted this contemptible, shameful and hateful post of being a priest and decided to become the chief priest of your clan. What could be another reason why sage Vashishta is saying that it is such a shameful, contemptible, hateful post of being a priest? What could be the reason? He is always at the beck and call of the king. Always at the beck and call of the king. Sage Vashishta is a Brahma Rishi. Isn't it? You know that. He is a Brahma Rishi. He is a Brahma Jnani. Yet, he is locked in position to be the Purohit. He is the Rishi who is the Purohit. Vishwamitra doesn't do Purohitgiri. Kapil Muni doesn't do Purohitgiri. But he knows A to Z of all how the havans are to be done, the pujas have to be done, how everything has to be invoked, how even the Putra Kameshti Yagya which Dasharath ji did, He asked him only how to do it. He says, you call my son, Rishi Shringa. He'll do it. He's expert at it. So when you are as a Purohit, you have to keep getting involved in, you have to know the zodiac, you have to know the planetary positions, you have to know which days, which Purnima, which Ekadashi, which Amavasya, etc., etc. All this is going on. When you are continuously thinking about all these things, are you available to Brahman? So much responsibility. But then what was the reason he took this post? Because he came to know from Brahmaji that the Lord, the Supreme Lord, one is going to be born as Sri Ram in the Ikshvaku Kula. So in that entire Raghukul, who is the Purohit of the entire Ikshvaku Vansh, the solar dynasty, it is Sage Vashishta from beginning. And the only reason he has gone through the various cycles of creation, only waiting to have a personal relationship with Sri Ram. देखो कितनी तपस्या की है उसने. How many generations he has waited for Sri Ram to come. He has served all the in Srimad Bhagavad we saw all the lineage, na? It's worth the price. So what was the motivation to continue being the Purohit of the Ikshvaku Vansh? That one day the Supreme One will come as Sri Ram and I will have contact with him. Are we living our life like this? He's doing his duty of Purohit. You are also a Purohit. You do your duty of being a father, a mother, employee, of cleaner, of driver. What is motivating you? Are the children motivating? No. Are you doing all the activities and getting inspired that in this lifetime I'm going to meet the beloved Supreme? Is that our disposition? He has gone through so many generations. Somewhere we are also searching, but every time we are born, we get distracted. We get distracted due to our attachments. Every life is our opportunity to empty ourselves and refocus on the divine. Instead, in every lifetime, we refocus on the world, create new relationships, create new impressions, and again, we do a little bit of good in this world to ensure that we get a human life in the next birth, and again, फिर वही शुरू हो जाता है. अरे निकलो इस चक्कर में से. So Sage Vashishta is being self-deprecating. Like when Swamiji comes here, he says, Paramananda is the boss. Many times you must have heard that. It is like that. What is going on in my mind? Everything is His grace. Everything is His grace. He is blessing us. He is coming to us. And coming here and telling everything is because of Him. It's a way of saying, but it should not go to our head. Then a big problem. It goes to, now I'm going to organize Swamiji. Now I'm going to dictate to him what he should do and what he should not do, or what he should eat or what he should not eat, or what he should speak and what he should not. I have done that. I'm telling you out of experience. अरे वंस बिटन ट्वाइस शाय, एक बार गलती कर लो, ऐसा सबक मिलता है, उसके बाद ठीक हो जाते हो. So never allow that to get into your head. So Ramchandra ji is prostrating to sage Vashishta, but it has not gone to his head. He is making sure what his position is. He knows who Shri Ram is. See? Tato manoratho medya phalito raghunandana twadadhina mahamaya sarvalokaika mohini mam yatha mohayen naiva तथा कुरु रघुद्वः गुरु निष्कृति कामस्त्वं यदि देहो तदेव मे. O Raghunandan, Shri Ram, today my wishes have been fulfilled. If now you wish to free yourself from the moral debt of a guru, moral preceptor, then give me the assurance that your Mahamaya, the great delusionary power, Sarva Lokaika Mohini, Sarva, all, Lokaika, the universe, and all the Loka is the plane of experience. What are the Sarva Lokaika? What are all the planes of experience? The 14 Bhuvanas. That is where only you can experience. Sarva Lokaika Mohini, which can keep the whole world enthralled, which remains under your command, should never ever cast its spell on me, that I should be free from it. This is the worthy prayer. What do we go to the temple and ask? Let my business be successful. Let my house get constructed in 6 months, not 2 years. जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीशति हूँ लोक भूत पिशाच. कौन आ रहा है यार, बार बार इतना डिले कर रहा है. भगवान से हम मांग क्या रहे हैं? अभी इस बार ट्रिप पे ये सब मजा आता है देखने में. स्वामी जी के साथ हम घूम रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं, यानी सब अलग अलग घरों में. कहीं पे किसी को बच्चा चाहिए, कहीं पे किसी को गुड हेल्थ चाहिए. तीसरे घर में गए तो कहते हैं स्वामी जी हमारा दूसरा हो ही नहीं रहा है, प्लीज ब्लेस अस. दूसरा बच्चा चाहिए. तीसरे घर में गए, स्वामी जी 2 बार IVF हो गया, अभी तक नहीं हो रहा है, प्लीज ब्लेस अस, वी वांट. क्या चाहिए तुम्हें? Have you ever thought what you are asking? When you go to the temple, what are you asking? When you are in the front of Mahatma, what are you asking? Is it something that is going to free you, or are you asking for something which is going to bind you? All the sages, all the devatas, when they were born, they had the opportunity to be free. But कहीं पे कोई desire था, they got stuck in their position. Shani Maharaj got stuck in Shani position. Dhruv, he got stuck in his position. Every one of them. Brahmaji also had the freedom to merge into the divine. But he is locked in his position. He cannot give up that position of being a creator. Now, question is, are we going to complain about it or are we going to take it as a blessing? Because it was not the will of Brahmaji that he should create. It was Akashvani which told him, Utpatti karo. So are you seeing your life that everything that is happening by the will of the divine? And therefore Brahmaji, when he creates, whatever he is creating, he is not creating for himself. He is creating the creation as an offering at the feet of his source, the divine. That is his disposition. Therefore he is Brahmaji. And what are we? We are creating to fulfill our desires. Are we speaking? Are we talking? Are we walking? Are we eating? Are we waking? Are we sleeping? Are we doing all this for the divine or for ourselves? ये shift आना चाहिए. It's a mental shift. सत्संग में इसीलिए मेरे को मजा आता है क्योंकि you become available to these alternative ideas which are free. Whether you read Upanishad, Kathopanishad, whether you read Bhagavad Gita, whether you read Adhyatma Ramayana, there is always something which is out of the box. Because we are living a life of rote, same repetition day in and day out, day in and day out. But when you come to satsang, within this repeated waking state, we are suddenly taking a tangent, at least for 1 hour, 2 hours. और फिर उसको मेंटेन करना है, बार बार उसके साथ एंगेज करना है. You have to keep it in your mind, and that it will remain in your mind only if you are interested, only if you are in reverence, in awe of this knowledge. If you have respect and reverence for Ved Vyasji, for Ramayana, for Adhyatma, that is your true nature, towards the Acharya, towards the Lord who has brought you in your life at this moment, this opportunity to listen to all this. That reverence, without reverence, we can't get anywhere. We must feel blessed. With blessedness comes gratefulness. And once you feel grateful, then you want to do more for the Supreme. You want to be available more. It's a self-feeding cycle then. So here our sage Vashishta is asking Ram that, may I be free from the clutches of Mahamaya. The Mahamaya it keeps you deluded, it keeps you in the cyclical life. It makes you see that which is not there. And that Mahamaya is under the command of the Supreme Person. So he says, Sri Ram, she always remains under your control and command. And she should never cast spell on me. She should never look at me. Only you look at me. Look at me means in spite of it, you are not affected by its presence. And who is this saying? Who is this person who is saying? He is Brahmagyani, Brahma Rishi. He is saying this. Never take your abidance to be granted. In relativity, you can never take it to be granted. You have all the knowledge. You can give exposition on various scriptures. But when such a great sage is not taking it for granted, is asking for blessings, who is you and me, man? We require even more blessings. प्रसंगात् सर्वमप्युक्तं न वाच्यं कुत्रचिन्मया राज्ञा दशरथेनाहं प्रेषितोऽस्मि रघूद्वः त्वामामन्त्रयितुं राज्ये शोभिषेक्ष्यति राघव अद्य त्वं सीतया सार्धम् उपवासं यथाविधि कृत्वा शुचिर्भूमिशायी भव रामजितेन्द्रियः गच्छामि राजसान्निध्यं त्वं तु प्रातर्गमिष्यसि. I have said these things just by the way because the subject arose. Otherwise, I shall never say such things anywhere else again. O Raghav, Sri Ram, King Dashrath has requested me to convey to you the news that he wishes to appoint you to the throne as Prince Regent tomorrow. To prepare for it, you should fast along with Sita and sleep on the floor, exercising self-restraint and observing purity of thought. Now I shall proceed back to the king. You present yourself tomorrow morning at the venue. See? First thing, sage Vashishta knows who Sri Ram is in reality. How much joy he will be getting that he has to give the news to Sri Ram. But he could not contain himself when he came in front of Sri Ram. And the truth came out of his mouth. Does Ram does not know who he is? He knows. Then why it came out? For our benefit. Not for Ramchandraji's benefit. For our benefit. Second way of looking at it is, sage Vashishta knows now what is the way. If he is going to be, sage Vashishta already knows, now he is telling that king is going to make you the crown prince tomorrow, make you sit on the throne. Ramchandraji doesn't know. But before he spills the beans, before he tells the purpose of his visit, what a beautiful way to prepare someone's mind and bring out the divinity which is inherent in someone, isn't it? What do we do? Unlike when we are a parent, do we encourage our children? Do we tell them, hey, pass hoke aana hai? डांट के वो भी. But many parents, hey, fail नहीं होना, नहीं तो मेरी नाक कट जाएगी दुनिया में. Or we know कि I hope I pass the interview. Negative approach. I hope. I hope my business goes well. डाउट ही नहीं होना चाहिए. Take any job, you take any project, you take any task. No doubt. Do it to the best of your ability without any doubt. The moment doubt comes, it will not be performed 100%. So, whoever comes in our contact, bring out the best in them rather than same complaint, same crying, same tu मैं, same kabaddi. Someone came to pick me up from the airport 2 days ago. From airport, the moment I got into the car till they dropped me home, complain. World is like this, children are like that, my husband is like this. Abey yaar. 45 minutes of torture. 2 ladies in the car. तो मेरे को बीच में बोलना पड़ा, अम्मा इनफ. क्या बोलेंगे? और क्या बोलते हैं? Swamiji, it is such a great blessing that we have come to pick you up and we are that we will get 45 minutes to talk to you. और क्या talking किया 45 minutes? Only complaints. Is that talking? Is that satsang? Lucky I was driving, so I scolded them. You are disturbing my focus. Otherwise accident will happen. 1-2 बार ड्रामा करके इधर उधर कर दिया, गाड़ी चुप हो गए. पर कितनी देर? थोड़ी देर, फिर शुरू. Our presence must inspire others, yaar. Sage Vashishta has not come to put doubt. Hey, will you be able to take the responsibility of being the crown prince? He has not come there to put a doubt. Should you not give this position to other brothers? No, he did not do anything of that sort. Are you capable of taking this responsibility? He did not say anything like that. He brought out the best out of him. This always. जैसे युधिष्ठिर और दुर्योधन को भेजा था ना, they sent him. Duryodhana could not find one good person and Yudhishthira could not find one bad person in the whole world. Both came back empty-handed. One was asked to bring one bad person. He couldn't find. His attention was on the goodness. Where is our attention? That is possible only when we are working on ourselves. Are we continuously looking at our shortcomings, or are we ever inspired? Because our attention is always on the Supreme. Because inspiration comes from there. So I have said these things just as a way because the subject arose. Otherwise, I shall never say such things anywhere else again. O Raghav, Shri Ram, King Dashrath has... हाँ, ये आपने पढ़ लिया ना, हाँ. So to prepare for it, you should fast along with Sita and sleep on the floor, exercising self-restraint. This is the mental preparation. कर्म कांड में ये सब होता है. And having passed the message of King Dashrath, our our sage Vashishta returns back to the king Dasharath after giving this message to Sri Ram. Ityuktva rathamaruhya yayau rajagururdrutam ramopi lakshmanam drishtva प्रहसन्निदमब्रवीत् सौमित्रे यौवराज्ये मे शोभिषेको भविष्यति निमित्तमात्रमेवाहं कर्ता भोक्ता त्वमेव हि मम त्वं हि बहिः प्राणो नात्र कार्या विचारणा ततो वसिष्ठेन यथा भाषितं तत्तथा करोत्. How beautiful. Sri Ramchandra ji, being who he is not taking any responsibility. Everything is happening because of him. But he doesn't take. What does he say? Saying thus, the royal priest mounted his chariot, Ityuktva Rathamaruya Yayau Raja Guru Drutam, and went immediately from there. Rathamaruya, Aruya, climbed the chariot. Ratha is the chariot. Then Sri Ram, Ramopi Lakshmanam Drishtva Prahasannidam Abravit, and smilingly, in a positive frame of mind, Sri Ram looked at Sri Lakshman and smilingly said, what did he say? Saumitre yauvarajye me shobhisheko bhavishyati. He says, oh, the son of Sumitra, Lakshman, tomorrow I shall be anointed as the prince regent. First line. Second line, nimitta matram evaham. Nimitta matram eva aham karta bhokta tvameva hi. Hai, kya baat hai? समझ आ गई? Did you understand that sentence? Without reading the English. Nimitta matram eva aham. I am only a token. Karta bhokta, doer and enjoyer. Tvameva hi, you are. All responsibility handed over to Lakshmana. That without you I cannot do anything. I am only a rubber stamp. Karta dharta, you are. He is the Sheshnag. Come back to chapter 1. Rama Hridayam. Ramchandra ji is the non-doer. Come back to subjective self. Atma, it does not do anything. Atma does not do anything. I shall only be a token, a passive prince regent, for all the deeds and their rewards shall be done and enjoyed by you. Karta bhokta tvameva hi. Mama tvam hi bahi prano natra karya vicharana. Because my external being, literally my active part, is you. See? Atma is the non-doer. It cannot do anything. Is sun doing? Is it making the day? Is it making the night? No, sun is just being sun. Is sun making the heat and light? No, the sun is being the sun. From sun's point of view, but when you look on the outside, what is there? The abha, the tej. What you are seeing is the effulgence of the sun. What is that effulgence? That is Lakshman. Because my external being, literally my active part, is you, there is nothing to think twice or doubt much about it any further. After that, Sri Ram did what sage Vashishta had advised him to do, and that was fast and sleep on the darba grass on the ground. So in one line, Sri Ramchandra ji has handed over all the responsibility of running the kingdom to Lakshmanji. Vasishthopi nrupam gatva krutam sarvam nyavedayat Vasishthasya puro rajnya yuktam ramabhishechanam yada tadaiva nagare shrutva kaschit puman jagau kausalyayai rama matre sumitrayai tathaiva cha. Here Sage Vashishta went straight to the king and told him everything at the time when Dashrath was first instructing Vashishta about his desire, as it was given in the verse number 4. Some courtiers overheard it and the news spread like wildfire in the city, and he also informed Sri Ram's mother Kaushalya as well as Sumitra. He informed both of them. Now, what is their disposition? Shrutva te harsha sampurne dadatur haramuttamam tasmai tatash pritamanaha kausalya putra vatsala lakshmim paryacharad devim ramasyartha prasiddhaye satyavadi dasharatha karotyeva pratishrutam kaikeyi vashayah kintu कामुकः किं करिष्यति इति व्याकुलचित्ता सा Durgam Devim Apujayata. When the two heard it, who are these two? Kausalya and Sumitra. They rewarded the messenger with the most beautiful and priceless garland or necklace. After that, Kaushalya, who loved her son very dearly, worshipped Lakshmi for the welfare and success of Sri Ram. Like any other mother, Kaushalya wondered, Dasharath is true to his words, and it is famous and renowned about him that he keeps his vows or promise, but at the same time, Raghukul Reet Sada Chali Ai, Pran Jai Par Vachana Na Jai. And that is the Raghukul. Dasharath is also part of the Raghukul. Ramchandra ji is also part of the Raghukul. And what is that? They will live, once they are given a promise, they will live up to it even if their life is at stake. And that is what she is talking about. But at the same time, he is lustful and infatuated with Kaikeyi. So here, Kaikeyi Vashaga Kintu Kamuka Kim Karishyati. And whenever we are attached to something, wherever we are desirous of, because Dasharath ji was very old, Kaikeyi was very young. Kausalya was his first wife, so she must be also very old. He married Kaikeyi. So the age difference is big. Naturally, the infatuation for Kaikeyi. And there are other reasons also for that infatuation. In this condition, will he be able to fulfill his vows and keep his words? See, the doubt has come into Kaushalya's mind. Will that Kaikeyi, who has come from Gandhar Rajya, whom Dasharath Maharaj is infatuated with, neglecting Sumitra and Kausalya, will he be able to fulfill his vows? Is Kaikeyi going to create a hurdle in this whole thing, in this whole process? The doubt is coming. Worried by these gloomy thoughts, she started offering worship to goddess Durga to help overcome this great hurdle. This is called, on one hand, it is called Manorajya. It is a dissipating feeling. Whenever we entertain doubts in our mind, our inspiration, such a great news, but immediately push, thinking about Kaikai. Thinking positively from Kaikai's point of view, thinking positively from Kaushalya's point of view. Kaushalya is mother of Ramchandraji. She is very well composed. She is very sattvic. Without her being of sattvic disposition, Ramchandraji could not have been born to her. So, such people, such person like Kausalya, if they are having this doubt, they have not thought about it. It has just come. It is a premonition that something might come wrong. So I must do something in order to uh, checkmate anything negative that might come by. So on a positive note, Kaushalya may have the intuition, but from our point of view, we must not allow doubt to enter into our mind whenever we, हम बोलते हैं ना, किसी को ज्यादा नौकरी के ज्यादा नाच मत, नीचे भी गिरना पड़ेगा बाद में, डोंट गेट टू एक्साइटेड, बाद में रोना पड़ेगा, ऐसे बोल देते हैं हम. तकिया कलाम है, डोंट गेट टू एक्साइटेड, यू विल हैव टू क्राई आफ्टरवर्ड्स. Let him enjoy that moment, man. Why you have to immediately puncture it? अभी भी चल रहा है. So where are we? Goddess Durga. So verse 44 onwards, we'll look at it next week. Next Saturday. Next Saturday, what I am thinking is, I will do the next Saturday, and while I am in India, I will send a SMS if I am able to do it on the Saturday because our time here is afternoon there, no? So if it is possible, we'll do the Zoom class while on the road. Okay? So we'll conclude for today. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om. Same will be true for other classes also. Except Sunday morning, that might not be possible. Because that will be 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. I can't take the class on Sunday morning at 1 o'clock in the morning. Chalo, good. Good to be back. Missing our satsangs. You want to sing? तुम्हारा बहुत खर 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 हो रहा है नारायण. And there is echo also. अभी बोलो. I can't hear you. You have to come closer, then you can hear. Rupam महेश्वरी गदीश्वरी हे मातृरूप महेश्वरी जगदीश्वरी हे मातृरूप महेश्वरी करुणामयी करुणामयी रूप हे मातृरूप महेश्वरी सर्वेश्वरी जगदीश्वरी हे मातृरूप महेश्वरी सर्वेश्वरी जगदीश्वरी हे मातृरूप महेश्वरी ईश्वरी पायनी जगपारिणी वनवनेश्वरी हे मातृरूप महेश्वरी सर्वेश्वरी जगदीश्वरी हे मातृरूप महेश्वरी सर्वेश्वरी जगदीश्वरी हे मातृरूप महेश्वरी तारिणी शुभतारिणी मोहिनी विश्वेश्वरी हे मातृरूप महेश्वरी सर्वेश्वरी जगदीश्वरी हे मातृरूप महेश्वरी हे मातृरूप महेश्वरी हे मातृरूप महेश्वरी. बोलो अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय.